Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
Bill Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Well, I think what the incoming data still show is that the economy is in pretty good shape.
Wrong.
Well, I would guess so. It is unbelievable what this fake business news network is putting out as a narrative as a result of these banks. And the banks are doing horrible. Horrible. There's no follow-through on these banks, no volume on these banks. I mean, listen to this crap. It's just unbelievable.
That narrative that we keep receiving consistently over and over is things are not as bad as they thought we were. I think we'll still follow through.
Earnings season is underway, and I think the message we're going to see from companies is that results are better than feared, the economy is better than feared. I think over the next couple of months, it's going to start to feel like a bull market.
That's amazing. What are they looking at? What the hell are they looking at, these people? It's the fake business news network. Here we go again. All right. So here's what's going on. If things are so good, then I'd like to ask them, why is it that we have 23 manufacturing facilities shutting down each day? That is even more than after the 2008-2009 crash. 23 a day. Now, durable goods is the most important thing. Those are your biggest items. Those are your appliances, big TVs and vans, big items. This is how you really measure disposable income and how people are really feeling. Durable good orders have declined 4 months in a row and getting worse. Productivity, making stuff, being productive. We're not. We've had the biggest drop since 1947. What are they looking at? Savings at a near historic low. Dropped from 38% during the pandemic when they're getting all that money, that free money. Now it's at 2.3%. Before the pandemic, it was at 7%. It's 2.3%. We have record home equity withdrawals, record withdrawals from 401ks, a record 13 million households have a negative net worth. That's 30% more, 29.8%, I'll round it off, 30% more than in the 2008-2009 crash. Auto loans, a record 15-year high in delinquencies. Rents, same thing, 30-year high. Bankruptcies are increasing year over year, 45%. And they're continuing to tighten the credit. What are they looking at? This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And everybody's looking at JP Morgan as if, wow, this is it. This is it. Yeah, it's over. Yeah, everything's back to normal now. Let me tell you something. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, he's more crooked than a corkscrew, this guy. Are you kidding? He's burying all his losses? Come on. Nobody's going to touch Jamie Dimon. He can do what he wants. But think about this. So, the government, the national debt's $32 trillion. That's the debt. Are you kidding me? We're paying interest of 2.7%. We're paying $400 billion. We never paid $400 billion in interest. We're paying $1.3 billion in interest a day, and we're borrowing that money from China, $1.3 billion. And we're going to go to war with them in Taiwan. I don't think so. We have a negative net worth as a country. Our government right now is collecting a lousy $5 trillion. That's okay. But they're spending $7 trillion. They're spending 29% more than they collect. And because of that, they're printing $550 million a day. More inflation. They're spending $7 million per minute. In 2022, for a full year, they collected $5 trillion in taxes. $5 trillion. And again, spent nearly $30 trillion more. Our GDP, we're not growing at all. 2021 was 5.8%. Now it's 2.3%. What are they looking at? We're importing $950 billion more than we export. And here we are, the Fed raised rates 7 times in 2022, once in 2023, and it's not working because we got a problem. We got a monetary policy that is so unbelievable, it makes no sense what they're doing. Like spending going wild again. A conflicted monetary policy. Powell is telling his banks, his member banks, shrink their money supply now. Get that money, shrink it. We got to fight inflation. Shrink your money supply. He's telling his member banks, shrink it, tighten credit, increase your money reserves. This way here, there won't be much money for loans, and the money we have for loans, the interest rates will be much higher. That way we'll cut inflation. Biden, on the other hand, saying just the opposite. Increase spending. Because he believes climate. Climate is the most important item on his bucket list. Climate. Can you imagine? So while you got Powell on one side saying shrink the money supply. And how they shrink that money supply is they take their money reserves, the extra cash, instead of putting it out there. That's how they expand the money supply. They're contracting it. Biden's doing the total opposite. He's increasing spending because of this stupid climate green stuff. Spending going wild. He's for the 2023, he's adding another $73 trillion. Another $73 trillion to his budget. That's over 10 years. $73 trillion. We have no money. We got to go borrow from China. That's the highest sustained level in history. That budget spending. Then he says he's going to raise taxes by $58 trillion. The highest in American history. The deficits are going to be increased. On top of the deficits we have now, they're going to increase another $14 trillion. Again, the highest sustained deficit level in American history. What's he, nuts? And he's telling people he's going to have to raise taxes because corporations aren't paying taxes and the rich aren't paying taxes, which is all a bunch of nonsense. That is just total nonsense. And I'll get into that a little later. Yet, you hear them, Fake Business Network, what are they saying? Everything's fine. So you got Biden with his bucket list going nuts, spending going wild, and on the other side, you got Powell is telling the banks, don't lend. Let's get these interest rates up. And you know what? He has to move his interest rate from 5% to 8%. And I'll explain why when we get back to fight inflation.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, I guess just people just don't want to, believe reality. I mean, things are very bad. We're going to be in a terrible recession. And the market's going to go much lower. But, unless you're in this business, like I am, and been in it for over 50 years, you see what's going on. You understand what's going on. Most people don't. I mean, you're not, you haven't been involved in this stuff. And the lies are just incredible. I mean, they're worse than Washington, or as bad as Washington. I mean, when you got a government with headwinds, the way we have. I mean, do you understand we have a negative net worth? And Biden's going to go out and borrow $73 trillion? He committed us to $73 trillion we have to borrow. And we have a negative net worth. And we spend more than we collect. Imagine we spend $7 million per minute. And Biden, he thinks by increasing taxes on the rich and corporate, that's going to be the answer. No. Because those taxes are passed on to you and me. And that's not the problem. The rich are paying plenty of taxes. Plenty. And so on corporations, yeah, there's a few that's always in the newspaper and media that they don't pay any taxes, zero. I get all that. But when you put them all together, they increased about 225%. 225% over what, 4 years, 5 years, something like that. It's not true what they're saying. Not true. But yet the parking space is being taken in our heads by the fake business network. And I mean, where are we going to get all this money other than borrow it? Inflation's going to be around for an awful long time. Let me explain why. We have to raise rates 8% minimum to fight inflation. And they've been in this interest raising game since 2015, and we're only at 5%. Since 2015, at 5%. They're not fighting inflation because Biden is spending more money, as I just said in the last segment. He's spending more. I mean, my God, to increase spending by $73 trillion in the budget that he doesn't have. And then on the other hand, you got Powell saying to his banks, we got to raise rates. We got to stop all this people spending. We got to get people laid off. Come on now, take your reserves. Remember, when they want to expand the economy, they tell their banks, take your reserve, your cash that they put aside, take it and put it out there. Keep lending it. That's how they expand the money supply. Keep lending it. Keep lending it. Now they're trying to bring it back in, but it's not going to work. You got to fight inflation with you got to get at least to 8%. Here's the reason. You're always taught that inflation should never be more than GDP than 25% of GDP. Never. At least 25% of GDP. Okay. We're at 100% of GDP. Inflation, I'm talking about. Inflation. What does that mean? That means if you do their formula to fight inflation, we need to be at 8%. In other words, 8% means it's going to cost us, we got to find $1.7 trillion to fight inflation. It's costing us $1.7 trillion to fight inflation. Where are we going to get that money from? Borrow it again. We're not going to get out of this hole. Remember, debt and deficits. That's what caused this problem. Since Biden's been in office, and even before him, remember, it was Biden-Obama that doubled the debt from 10 to 20 trillion. I think that's the number. Double his debt from 10 to 20 trillion. Are you nuts? It's always, inflation always comes from increasing debt, increasing your deficits. And when you have a confliction of a monetary policy where it conflicts, where the president's turning around spending like crazy, and Powell's trying to tell his banks to, rein in your cash, your reserves. We don't want any more reserves out there. We got to get people fighting over less money, and over a few. If you have less money at the bank, people fight for that, and interest rates go up. And that's what he's trying to do, but it's not going to work. It's not working. You increase the money supply when your economy's stumbling around. But you also got to watch that inflation. Now, who's supposed to watch the inflation? The Senate banking committees. How did the Senate banking committees allow inflation to reach 100% of GDP? How did they allow it to get beyond 25%? That's their job. They're supposed to protect us, the Senate banking committee, supposed to protect us, because they didn't care. They don't care. They want inflation, especially if you're in Congress. You want inflation, because if you have a lot of inflation, it will reduce your debt with China, because the worse inflation, that means the value of our dollar goes down, the purchasing power, and therefore our debt, which is in dollars, go down. They don't care. And most everybody in Congress is a millionaire. What do they care? They love inflation. Their artwork goes up. Their vineyards go up in value. Land goes up. Give me a break. So what are you going to do? You got to learn to work. You got to learn to fight. You got to learn to fight by picking the right stocks to fight inflation. So you need the right stocks to fight inflation, and you'll be fine. If you're just sitting there with a portfolio, especially in a 401k, you're going to get killed. You're going to get killed. So you got to at least hedge yourself or go to cash. Stay out of bonds.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Go to philsgang.com. Sign up. Click where it says Get Started. Right next to it, also you can click on where it's how Pro 2 works. And Pro 2, when you use the Pro 2 and you understand how to use the bond market, the yields, You combine those yields with the Pro 2 color-coded chart that follows the money, then you're going to win. You're going to have, you're going to have a good day. You're not going to be sitting here with surprises. That's the worst thing, these surprises. Everybody's surprised. There's no surprise when you understand the yields, how they work, how they relate to the stock you're investing in. Understanding those yields to your stock is so important. And then you use the color-coded chart that we designed and made. That tells us, is money going to go in? Is there enough money going in? Is there enough, or there's too much money coming out? Then you know how to short. What they're doing right now is it's just bold-faced lying to everybody. You can shut off that TV, shut off those financial programs, those jibber-jabbers, and if you just watch the bond market never lies. It never lies. The fake business, they lie every day, every minute. When they take a breath, they're lying. I mean, it's unbelievable the stuff they're saying. I mean, I just ran those clips on the opening. I never heard such garbage. I mean, everything's going to be fine, they're saying. Things are not as bad as we thought. Wow, really? Economy's pretty good. Pretty good? How is an economy pretty good with the debt that we have, with spending going wild, with the headwinds we have? How are things pretty good when we got a $32 trillion debt? And we're paying an interest every day, $1.3 billion, and we don't have it. Pretty good? When we're collecting $5 trillion a day and we're spending $7 trillion a day? That's good. And they keep printing and printing. $550 million a day they're printing. And they didn't spend $7 million per minute. That's pretty good. Here we raised rates 7 times in 2022. I think once in 2023. It's not working. It's not working because spending is going nuts. It's going nuts. And we got to raise those rates to 8%, but he's not going to. He doesn't have the guts to do it. And I'm sure Biden is telling him not to raise rates. If he was independent, those rates would have been at 8% long ago when we fight inflation. So it's going to be, this inflation battle is going to be around for another year or so. You watch. Watch what I'm saying. But it doesn't mean you can't make money in the market. Of course you can. In fact, it works for you. You just know what stocks, you need to know what stocks to buy. That's all. To fight inflation. To benefit from the inflation. I mean, this is crazy. See, the problem is all that spending that they put in place with that COVID. I mean, just crazy spending. I mean, $411 billion in direct payments. Remember those checks, $1,200? Remember they're sending all these checks to people? Unemployment, if you got an unemployment check from the state, the federal government matched it. $203 billion we didn't have, we printed it. Child tax credit, that's the one I love. $176 billion in child tax credits. Unbelievable. Obamacare is supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's going broke. They had to fund it with $174 billion. I mean, COVID relief cost us $16 trillion. We don't have that money. We didn't have it. So what we do here at Phil's Gang is we make it simple. We make it simple. There's 11 sectors in the market. And what we do is we break it down to where we stay with our banks, because when the bank yields go up, you know the banks, everybody's going to be throwing everything at the banks to push them up. When the yields go down, we're buying the big tech, but the ones we always buy are Apple, Goldman Sachs. We're buying, the banks, banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Morgan Stanley, and we stay in the ETF XLF. That's it. We stay with those stocks every day. Our tech stocks are Apple, NVIDIA. So we never miss a move. Our NVIDIA, my Lord, I don't know how much we're up now. We already took a bunch of profits. We got in around 168, and then we got out, I think it was around 275. We're still in. We just have a scout on. And a scout, you keep a scout on just enough shares. You have 1 or 2 shares. Just leave it there so you can follow it so you don't forget. The worst thing is you forget a stock, you go back later. Oh, my God, it went up another 20%. I missed it. So that's about a 60% gain. If you're a gang member and you followed what we taught, and you followed, and you learned how to follow the Treasury yield, and then you used our color-coded chart when it turned green, and that it turned green, as I said, around January 20th, and you stayed with it right before it started to roll over. That's the kind of return. What did you say it was? 20 or 40%, 60% return, 60% return. Now, I'm not saying every gang member made 60% return. I don't know. But all I know, if they follow Steve every day, they follow me, Willie, they would have been in that stock, and they would have made a good chunk, if not all of it, at least a good chunk of it. And that's where we'll guide you. And here's the other side. When these stocks are going down, these banks are when they hit 50%, these banks are going to back off again and go down. And that's when we're going to start a new crash. Nobody wants to believe it. Again, when you take the bank stocks, just take XLF as a symbol. That's the ETF. Look at the high in January 2022. Look at the low, and then cut it in half. And you'll see every time it went halfway up, it failed. And it's going to fail again because things are getting worse, not better. You can't be spending this kind of money. The president can't be spending this kind of money that we have to keep going borrow it. I mean, people don't understand when the president keeps on putting us in debt, spending more than we take in, and then we have these deficits. I mean, you understand? In the past 53 years, only 4 times did the government take in more money than they spent. So think about this. That's 53 years, only 4 times. And that keeps accumulating. You need a pretty sharp president. And you need a pretty sharp Fed chair to fight that. Are you kidding? Not only is Powell and Biden two of the Dulles light bulbs in a lantern, my God, they can't even find a lantern. I mean, the people he has surrounding himself is pathetic. Pathetic. What the hell's her name ahead of the oil there? Granholm. Oh my God! Did you see her with her little costume last weekend? Had her little hard hat, yellow, matching her scarf, and she like what was going to fall on top of her? She was in an office. What was going to fall on top of her head? That she had to wear a yellow hard hat with a matching scarf. And she's talking about electric cars. What, is a car going to fall over on top of her?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake Business News Network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
Thanks, Steve. Okay, so all you need to know is there's 11 sectors in the market. What group do you need to be with? What sector do you need to be with to fight inflation? They're not going to fight inflation for you. Nobody's out there to fight inflation for you. Are you kidding? And I get a kick out of everybody. All the brokers will put you in this big group of stocks, defensive stocks. You'll be fine. No, you won't. when the banks hit the 50% mark, which they will, and fail, they're going to come out, take out the October low, and go down at least another 30, 40%. You watch. The market will go down another 30, 40%. And it's going to happen. And everybody's going to get caught because they really believe everything's fine again. Because that's what you hear. That's all you hear all day long, how fine it is. Even though we have record withdrawals of 401k, home equity record withdrawals, our durable goods, which is the most important thing to look at, negative. And by the way, never mind the earnings. The earnings are going to be, at the end of the quarter, earnings are going to be down about 6%. Listen to what they're saying going forward. You want to know what they're saying about the company going forward. Even that's crap. But that's what you want to listen to. What are they saying about the forecast? Never mind what's going on now. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Everybody starts looking at the wrong thing. But you got to understand, too, that we just had our retail sales. And they're still the biggest. We still have a drop. I think it's like the largest in 2 years, the retail sales. Terrible. Because look at, once people run out of, they tap their credit card, they tapped out their all that money they got from the of COVID. Tremendous amount of money they got from COVID. Unbelievable. That's how they got to 38% in savings. That's gone now. Housing starts. The biggest year-over-year decline since 2009. And when you listen to them talk about how everything's great with housing, we can't build enough houses fast enough. Really? Home equity is one you really got to watch. Home equity, wow. That dropped big. In November 2021, if you go back, they took out $63 billion. Home equity dropped by $63 billion. And if you go into November of 2022, it dropped by $1.5 trillion. That tells you a lot. And wages, they're not keeping up with inflation. They're not keeping up with inflation. So, again, we have this monetary policy that's a conflict. You got Powell doing one thing where he's trying to take money out of the system, suck that money back out. After 13 years of plowing money into the system at zero rates, too low for too long, it's going to take us at least 2 or 3 years, maybe 2 years, to get out of this mess we're in, if they know how to do it. Things are going to get worse before they get better, but no one wants to tell you that. Nobody's going to tell you that. That's not their job to tell you that. Their job is to make sure their advertisers are happy. I tell you that all the time. But it's not working. And take, for example, the banks that went down. Silicon Valley went down, SVB, Signature, Silvergate, and there's about another. And remember, Credit Suisse bought UBS. You might as well say UBS went down. There's about 34, there's out of the banks, there's 10% of the banks that are in deep trouble. They're blowing up. 10%, that's about 400 banks that are underwater that the Fed's working with now, trying to keep them alive. 400 banks. So all you got to do is say, okay, which stocks do I stay with? What do I do? And it's pretty simple. If you just narrow it down where you take just one bank stock, like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan. You take one big tech stock, like Meta. Always take the best, like Meta. And you take a stock like Nike, okay, for your discretionary. So as long as you have a bank, you have a big tech bank, and a nice discretionary stock like Nike, you're going to be great. You're going to be fine. And then buy the Qs. So you can short them or go long. That's all. That's all you need. If you stay, if you just went with JP Morgan for a whole year, just stay with JP Morgan from now to the end of the year. And stay with Meta. Stay with Meta. I'm just looking at checking these out again. Stay with Meta. JP Morgan Meta for the year. Yeah. If you did that and you had, trying to make sure you got, and Nike would be a good discretionary stock. And then, so those three stocks, and then you take the Qs, okay? And if you want, you can do the spiders, okay? But if that's all you did and you watched those stocks and you were a member of the gang and followed us in those stocks, no other stocks, that's it. Just stay with those stocks. Do you understand how well you would do by the end of the year? You'll never make that kind of money ever in a 401k. Never, ever. I don't care what you do. There's no broker you can go to that you'd make that kind of money. That's all you need. And turn the TV off. Turn it off. You don't want to hear it. And then you don't care if there's a conflicting monetary policy where you got Powell going east and you got Biden going east and west at the same time. He's so screwed up. Doesn't that make sense? Instead of listening to all these people. Look, remember, the headwinds that we had, okay, is we had, remember, a declining value of bonds. You know how many people got killed in the bonds? And when they gave these stress tests to the banks like SVB, they're okay. Yeah, the stress tests did good. Now with the value of bonds going down, now with higher interest rates, they weren't doing good. Now with Biden's 40-year high inflation, he's got a terrible destructive policy, and when it comes to energy, he's killing us. You know that policy alone, his policy in energy alone, is going to keep inflation going for a long time. And the only thing you can fight that with, again, is shorting. And gold, that's right. Stay with gold. I know I was missing one. Gold. That's our best. I missed it. Gold. And don't go with GOLD. Don't go with gold. Go with AU or go with GDX. That's a great company, GDX. And AU. GDX is an ETF. Okay, AU has been wonderful to us. That's been a great stock for us. But remember, when we get into these stocks, we always get into these stocks before anybody else. And it takes time. You got to watch these stocks. And then you get in when nobody wants them. What does that mean? You watch them, and then you know, using the Pro 2 color-coded chart, the bond market, the yields, you'll know when the stock is basing. It's not going to go down anymore. The selling is done. We're going to know that. And then we're going to know which one to be in. Should we be in the bank stocks? Should we be in oil? Or should we be in tech stocks? We'll know that. And we won't be wrong. We won't be wrong. We'll always be in the right sector. When it's going up, we'll be in the right sector. Going long, when they go down, we're going to be in the right sector. And that's all you need. And then, of course, gold. For God's sakes, listen to me with gold mining stocks. Never mind gold, the gold. Go with mining stocks. Go with real companies. They have dividends. And there's nothing like the gold mining stocks, okay? And they're going to pull back some more, and you're going to have an opportunity to get in again. Join my gang, Phil's gang. We can help you fight inflation with the right stocks.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.